The mystery of the Venezuelan gold. A lot of questions swirling around what's really happening here with the gold in Venezuela. At first, we had heard the reports that the UK was denying releasing any of the gold that Venezuela was trying to get back. Because basically, to get anywhere in this world the way they have it set up, if you want any credit, if you want your country to succeed or to be able to trade with the rest of the world the way they have it set up, you're going to have to use their fiat currencies. And in doing so, you're going to have to deposit a whole bunch of gold into their central banks or into their banks. Now, Venezuela does have a central bank. It may not be in the full control of the Rothschilds and those that want the full control in there, but they do have a central bank set up that's in there. And this goes back all the way to Hugo Chavez, where he was making moves, where he pulled back a bunch of his gold. That move in itself was kind of like the warning signal to, I guess, the rest of the world leaders that he wasn't playing by their rules. Of course, he had passed, then Maduro stepped up on the scene. Maduro having strong connections with China and Russia saying that they have mercenaries on the ground to help protect Maduro. They also had a flight that just mysteriously showed up and landed in Caracas. And there's talk here recently of 20% of the gold vanishing now, and that Maduro is ready to talk all of a sudden now that this gold is gone. Now, that's coming from a man that used to work in the central bank that was tweeting out this information. We still have yet to see any other evidence connected to that, but we may not. With this ongoing situation in a war-torn area down here, we're hard-pressed to get any info as it is, as there's been a media blackout, and what we know as of right now is the UK, or the Bank of England, is still denying releasing any gold back to Venezuela. And this is because pressure was put on them from the United States and others, saying that if you do this, you're just funding this guy. So what the U.S. has done is they've gone and they've said, okay, now give us the gold. We're going to help give some of those assets to this new guy, Juan Guaido, that they're backing, and help him gain some power. So that's what's happening now with the gold reserves. And this is a lesson to be learned by any other country out there that may have gold reserves sitting in the Bank of England, that if you don't play by their rules, if you don't do exactly as they say, they're going to keep your gold and they're not going to give it back. And then they can just freeze your accounts, all your bank accounts, seize everything else that you have out there, all the dollars that you have in accounts. They can just take them anyway. And they can threaten anyone else around the globe from doing business with you. The issue this time around is the United States has been able to go into pretty much any other country that they've chose to do so, the barrel of a gun, Gaddafi, Libya, and enforce their central bank and how they want things rolled out. When you have Russia and China backing Venezuela here through and through, it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. My guess is that as of right now and in the coming weeks and months, this is going to be a proxy war that really starts to spill over. Now, in regards to deaths and fighting and all that, we're going to be hard-pressed to get any real good details from the streets down there as long as there's a blackout. One thing's for sure, though. Gold is key here. This all comes back to gold. Like I said before, the central bank is going to want you to store hordes of gold in their bank so they can give you this fiat money so that you can do your trading, run your business, and all that here globally. So gold, definitely very key. Other precious metals, gold just surged in value here recently as well. And it's just something to think about in terms of having something that you can use in a barter system. If you need some wheat or some soy or some food or whatever it is off of an individual and you have gold around, it's going to be top of the list in terms of bartering for other items. So things to think about. And that is an update here on this whole situation. And you have to realize that the Bank of England is an independent entity. It is independent of the UK government. Realize this. But not a foreign government. Okay, this goes right back to everything we say with DC, with London, the Vatican, the empire of the city. They have their own rules, their own laws, all this. You need to research this and know how they function, and that this is merely just a corporation. The United States is a corporation. All of you are just employees of that corporation, pretty much, or many corporations, tracked by your social security number, your employee identification number. Okay, to break it down. So this gold is going to remain vital here on this world stage. I'm going to leave a link. It's been Dabu7. Peace.